Good morning, Daniel. Where are we?
Hey, so we have just gotten off our 9-hour flight from Melbourne, Australia to here. Sorry we actually didn't show you guys. We had so much stuff in our hands, we literally couldn't handle carrying a stabilizer. And to be honest, they let us on the plane with way too much stuff. Like, way too much stuff. Fully prepared to pay extra because we had so much stuff. And they were just like, oh, have a good day. We were like, oh, okay. They just did that like 3 or 4 times as we went through. Even security was like, how is this carry-on? And I was like, I don't know, no one stopped us. And they were just like, whatever. They just put us through. So anyways, we're here 9 hours later. We have rented a Jeep for the day, so we're gonna go explore the island of Oahu.
Yeah.
Out of all the cars we could have gotten, we got the coolest one. We got a Wrangler.
We've been in Hawaii for about an hour now, and we just rented the car that you guys saw earlier. We went to McDonald's, grabbed some coffee, and now we're trying to make it to the Pearl Harbor Museum and like the memorial for the USS Arizona. But we've realized that, I guess, May of 2018, the foundation had cracked, and so they had to close it for reparations. But now I just want to go see Pearl Harbor. But we're trying to get there, and there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cars on the road. It's a Friday morning, it's 7:30, and I am completely in shock with how much traffic there is here. Something to be warned, because it was pretty shocking for me. Obviously, like, I have been dying to come to Hawaii my whole life. Honolulu looks really, really cool. We've already seen some mad mountains, some crazy sunrises, and beautiful palm trees and beaches. But we've also seen a lot of homeless people, and we've seen a lot of people that look like they're on drugs. And Daniel actually has an experience that he wants to share with you.
Yeah, I can't talk in this traffic, I'm sorry.
Okay.
This traffic is so intense. Hold on to your panties.
Okay, so just kidding. So maybe Daniel can't talk to you, but some really, really nice guy at the McDonald's who was in the line, he's like, hey, just letting you know, it's a little sketchy here, so be careful. Thanks, bro. Coming in clutch.
We've made it into the exhibit. I don't know where to go from here.
No, but there's a massive, like, hundreds of people behind us.
Yeah, so we're gonna hurry up and do this.
Yeah.
So, this is a free exhibit. It's really cool. We just went up to the front. He said, go ahead and make it down this way. We're gonna do that before the massive crowd of people decides to come in. So sorry we actually didn't take you guys inside and vlog the experience. We really wanted to respect the place that we had come, since this was such a significant point in, I know, American history and involving World War II. But as a part of the actual memorial for the USS Arizona, they have an entire tour that's actually put on by the Navy. So when you walk in, you get kind of shuttled into one direction. So you have like the ticket booths, and they send you all the way to the left. It's a free tour, and what they do is they send you over to the left-hand side. You walk down a giant walkway, and then you go into a theater. And so in this theater, they give you a very honest and broad overview of why America got involved in the war, the attack on Pearl Harbor, and how that affected a lot of the outcome over the next 3 years. But one thing that they did ask was they asked that you do not talk through the entire experience. And that was something that was very kind of bringing realization to the weight of what happened here, because I know we've all kind of like seen the movie Pearl Harbor, we've all seen a lot of like the war documentaries and stuff, and a lot of it's been pretty glorified in the sense of just war tends to be glorified, and here it was the complete opposite. There was so much respect for all the men and women that lost their lives during the attack, and come to find out that there were actually 3,000 individuals lost, and about 1,100 of them were actually trapped and died and buried in the USS Arizona under the water, and they still actually remain there today. So unfortunately the actual site itself was closed due to structural damage. It was set to open back up in March, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do that as planned. I really do encourage you guys to come here when you're in Hawaii, because it was just such an educational but such a heart-filled experience, because the amount of work and effort and respect that they put into honoring the service members.
On practical visitation information, like Daniel said, the tour is completely free. You can't bring bags inside, and you also can't bring large cameras. We weren't told anything. We have a Sony a6300 and we have our mic on it today. We did not bring the stabilizer, and I reckon that if we would have brought the stabilizer, they would have said no. They say no texting, so make sure that your phone is off. And you can dress however. I see people in flip-flops and shorts, but I probably wouldn't wear that, just because they really stress the fact that you're going into a cemetery, you know? This is where 3,000 people died. This isn't, you know, just some tourist attraction that you come and see when you come to Honolulu. Also, we're on a layover here, so we only have, I think, 10 hours, and the whole experience only takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on how much you want to see. They also have a submarine that you can go into, which is called the Bowfin. It's like the most decorated submarine from all World War II, and I think it's $15 to go in.
So fun fact, the average lifespan of a submarine was 6 months to 13 months during World War II. This one lasted the entirety of the war. We have really just stopped off. I think what today is going to be a lot of is us driving around the island and just kind of seeing what there is to do, because a lot of the activities seem to need a little more time than 12 hours. So we're really just sightseeing and literally driving by this the entire time. It's absolutely beautiful.
Something to know that when you guys are coming to Diamond Head, if you're trying to go with a private vehicle, it's $5 per vehicle, or you can do the walk up and it's $1 per person. But make sure that you have cash, because they do not take credit card. Y'all, I'm so jet lagged. I just ranted to the barista about I don't even know what. I told her that I was from Hawaii. I'm not from Hawaii, I'm from Florida. I tried saying that I was from here. I'm not from here. I'm like really embarrassed, because I'm pretty sure I just went on a rant for like 5 minutes, just delusional from no sleep. So Waikiki Beach is actually right across from us. The water is super duper blue, but be known that it is super slammed and that you'll have a lot of trouble finding parking. We're trying to get there now so that we can show you, but if not, you can check this out. Lots of... Okay, so you guys know that we like to keep it real on our channel, and I feel like I would do you a disservice if I didn't tell you the truth about Honolulu.
Our general thoughts and experience over the last few hours.
Yeah.
Because we've done a lot of driving around Honolulu.
Yeah, I don't know if they can see you, but I'm trying. My arm's not long enough, y'all. Although Honolulu has a ton of, well, I feel like Oahu, because we've just been driving around for what feels like hours.
Yeah.
We've seen a huge disparity between the rich and the poor. There are a lot of homeless people. We've actually even seen people who were like scratching scabs on their legs, talking to themselves, which I'm assuming is from the drug use. Like giant scabs. They almost look like zombies. It was so weird. There's tents, and even in some of the tourist areas, like there's tents on the sidewalk where the homeless people are living in. And so like, keep that in mind. I mean, yeah, there's beautiful beaches and that's it really. And a volcano. It's neat, but it's also like, if you're outside of the resort area, it's really ghetto everywhere else. But if you are spending $500 a night and you can stay at like the Westin or the Hilton or any of the beautiful resorts, I'm sure you're gonna have an incredible time. But it's a little disheartening when you are in a car and you're getting away from the tourist area and you're able to see just how run down Hawaii is.
Yeah.
So anyway, those are our thoughts. Alrighty guys, ultimate guide to a layover in Honolulu. Our layover was 10 hours. We're going back to the airport 3 hours early. The guy at the airport from the rent-a-car place said that it rivals LAX on the way back, and to be honest, I really believe him because it's so slammed. So here's what you do. You don't get a tour guide. I was looking online and it was like $360 for someone to get a tour person to show you around Honolulu. That's a complete total ripoff. They are killing your money. Realistically speaking, go into the rent-a-car place that's at the airport. We rented a Jeep Wrangler. It was the cheapest car available. You're able to rent them as early as 4 a.m. and it was $60, and you can use it for the whole day, and you can even extend it. Like let's say you wanted to drop off the car tomorrow, they would just charge you the extra day. And then you can head straight into Waikiki, follow all of the signs. It's like Honolulu East on the highway. And it'll take you to Waikiki. You follow that along the beach side. It's gonna drop you off at the Diamond Head Crater. And then the only thing that you're gonna have to go the opposite direction for is Pearl Harbor, and Pearl Harbor is free. So really, I don't know what you're paying for the $360 for a 4-hour tour, because everything to do on the island is free. Outside of obviously like if you want to do like a surfing lesson or go kayaking or paddleboarding, that's like an extra side cost, but that wouldn't be included in a tour guide anyway. And as far as like food to eat, y'all, TripAdvisor is such an amazing resource. You can literally look up what is the best place to eat in Honolulu. You can even search it by price range. So I'm not saying that local guides are a terrible idea. I'm just saying that you don't need to spend that kind of money. Instead, go into like the Louis Vuitton store and I don't know, buy yourself a coin purse with the $300. Would you afford that? Would that work?
It's a bad use of $300.
It's a bad use of $300, but I'm not judging your purchasing decisions. I'm just giving you frank advice. And then head to the airport with a little bit of leeway because the traffic is pretty ridiculous. And then have fun, guys, because it's really neat. We've had such a great day. Pearl Harbor was really interesting. It's interesting because you forget that it's a grave site. You know, you forget that a lot of people are dead under the water, and so a lot of people think of it as like a tourist attraction, and then the National Park Service does a really good job of like sobering you up for the experience, like reminding you like, hey, this was an actual terrible event. It was the 9/11 of 1941. You know, it destroyed families, and so that was a really sobering event, but also just cool to be in the place where so much history happened, right? Like that's where we jumped into World War II. That's, you know, what caused history to change forever. So anyway, that's it.
So we dropped off the car, super easy. If you guys are looking at renting a vehicle, it was like literally a piece of cake. Guy came up, opened the doors, made sure we didn't mess it up on the inside, looked around, okay, cool, printed off a receipt and gave it to us. But then we got to the guy and we're like, hey, where's Hawaiian Air? He's like, ooh, he looked at all of our stuff. He was like, it's like a 10-minute walk that way. When you think you're going too far and it curves, just follow the curve. We were like, great, thanks man, mahalo bro.
So it feels like today has been one really long day, and it's going to be even longer because we have another 8-hour layover in New York. But we just boarded our flight leaving Honolulu, and we're going to JFK, guys, and then to Orlando.
But we're going to be in JFK for like 8 hours.
Yeah.
So we're going to get a lot of work done.
Yeah. But for now, we're going to go to sleep because it's 4 o'clock and we have to be up at 7 a.m. New York time.
Close them off your service trays and ensure all your carry-ons are properly stowed. If you are seated in our first class cabin, please place your seatbelt in its full upright position. Make sure your headrests are stowed. All personal electronic devices, including mobile phones, must not be set to any all electronic devices such as smartphones.
And we're in New York.
Emmanuel, Kreta, Isam, Faisal, party of 2, and Tian Pham. If you're in this terminal, please make your way over to gate number 7 for your flight 325 and service to Tampa. The doors will be closing promptly at 1:36 p.m. Thank you.